Hey, what's good, folks? You know what it is. It's your boy Jay. I'd like to welcome you to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let's talk about it. So CNN actually talked about the Democratic Party not having true male leadership. And this is one of the main reasons why they lost the 2024 elections. I've been saying this for a while. A lot of my other cohorts on YouTube have been saying this for a while. The Democratic Party sold themselves out. But without further ado, let's get to the video. Fair use, fair use.
Is he right?
I mean, Eric Adams is still a Democrat-ish, right?
He does put. You think he's masculine?
No, he's buff for 63 years old. I was going to say Obama. You know, when they said right away who's the most. Now, he's slim, but he's athletic. He plays ball.
But is he right that Republican. Well, first of all, let me just show you the numbers, because actually the numbers maybe do suggest this. For young men under the age of 29, the swing from 2020 to 2024 in Trump's favor is pretty significant. 49 to 48, Trump to Harris. It's almost tied with young men. Trump did very well with young people relative to what he normally does. There's something going on here.
No, and I mean, this was...
I'm going to tell you what's going on, man. A lot of people don't understand it, man. The Democratic Party sold themselves out for that woke movement. A lot of young men felt that the Democratic Party just wasn't for them. And it's not that a lot of the guys, a lot of the younger men are conservative. It's just that a lot of the young men don't like the Democratic Party. And if you don't like the Democratic Party, you're going to go to the other side. You know, you got some guys who were staunch Democrats who are young, but they don't like the ideology of the Democratic Party, so they voted Republican for the first time. I know a lot of guys who voted Republican for the first time because of what the agenda that the Democrats were posting up there, and it's sad. Let's continue.
This is why, you know, Joe Rogan was so influential in this campaign. Joe Rogan has an audience mostly of young men. There was this whole big drama about whether Kamala Harris was going to give an interview to him, wound up not doing it. I think it's probably a mistake, although it probably didn't affect the outcome of the election. But I mean, I think, you know, that guy said was pretty dumb, but it is not. It is not.
See, that's the problem. See, this is the issue that I have with people like Jeffrey Toobin or whatever. You'll say it's dumb, but it's the truth. So what is it? I mean, y'all don't understand. See, this is the problem with the Democratic Party. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. You say if it's not coming out your mouth, or it's not coming from one of your subordinates, you say it's stupid. He said that, you know what I'm saying, the Democratic Party doesn't have a leader. They don't have a leader. They don't have a true masculine leader who can actually get the troops to vote for them. Let's continue.
It is not true. It is true that Democrats have a problem, especially with young men. I mean, that is a real fact.
So that, in a way, it validates what Clay Travis is talking about, because if you're trying to get young men, you're not going to get them on all policy points and all the... No, Joe Rogan knows karate, and sometimes he talk about drugs. That's good enough for me. Pete Hegseth was in Germany this week doing squats with like 220 on the bar outside for no reason. That's what the Democrat. I'm being silly, but
and you know what?
Serious.
One of the other points that Clay Travis made, and I think this is true. We saw this in real time when Trump had the assassination attempt in Butler. That image of him raising his fist and saying "fight, fight, fight" was like a shot of testosterone in the arms of a lot of men. Mark Zuckerberg was like, "Oh my God, he's so cool."
Mm-hmm.
And now look at where we are politically with some of these very people. Really turning politically toward Trump.
Those numbers that you just read, it's been happening for 10 years.
But see, that's the issue, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, I was actually watching it when it was happening in real time, when Trump almost got assassinated, and he got up. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Think about a 19-year-old first-time voter, 18 and 19, 20-year-old first-time voter, and he sees that image of Donald Trump. It's masculinity. It's like, I want a president that's going to fight for me. I want a man that's like me. And the problem with the Democratic Party is they sold themselves out to the woke agenda. They sold themselves out. See, the reason why they got away with it with Obama was because Obama's a once in a generation politician. You're not going to get another Barack Obama. The Democrats, when they got Barack Obama, they hit lightning in a bottle. I mean, Bill Clinton was cool because he played the saxophone and he was the closest thing to black we had, you know what I'm saying, because of the Monica Lewinsky thing. But besides that, him and Obama, who have the Democrats had that real men could lean on?
This has been happening slowly but surely over time. I think that pollster in that clip earlier had said 2 out of 6 moderate men voted for Trump. It was the majority of moderate men voted for Trump. Even over 20% of liberal men voted for Trump. There has been what is seen as I don't want to say a war on masculinity, but there has been this trend in the Democratic Party, or it's at least felt that the left is becoming more and more hostile to the things that are typically men. And you've seen John Fetterman talk about this idea of like patronizing, calling them bros, or that ad that looked like a spoof at the end of the race of like real men do this. It's like, have you ever talked to a dude in your life? So in James Carville saying, we need to have less like yappy voices and more men talking. And there are many men in the Democratic Party.
Democratic messaging is too feminine. But Carrie, what do you think is?
That's the thing, though. The Democrat. If you look at the Democratic Party right now, and the new leader, I forgot his name, but when I hear him talk, I'm like, Slim, do I really want to get behind somebody like that? I'm keeping it a buck. I'm not gonna get behind nobody that sounds like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. That's me being a Gen Xer. Me being a Gen Xer, I'm a little bit more, I'm a little bit more center right or whatever. But these young guys, they not gonna follow that David Hogg, whatever his name is. They not gonna follow that. He sounds feminine. No disrespect, but y'all like straight young men, you're not gonna get those type of guys with those individuals. I'm keeping it a buck. The Democrats sold their soul for the woke agenda and nobody wants to say it. Let's continue.
The masculinity that they are attracted to in Trump.
I'm laughing because no disrespect to you lovely men on this panel.
We do have
but you men or something. You men or something. And I can see the appeal of Donald Trump being a very strong masculine man, and I can see him winning over men because I do agree the Democratic Party for all intent and purpose felt like a place for the others, and they tried to take on every issue that the Republicans didn't want. If you want to talk about trans, come here. If you want to talk about LGBTQIA, come here. If you want to talk about men and women, in sports, come here. There were all of these things that I felt men wanted to say felt emasculating. It felt like, I'm not with that. I don't believe in that. And I'm going to go over here because they're saying what I'm thinking.
And the abortion issue played a role in that. I mean, I think they did a political calculation.
And I think no one cared about abortion.
The big thing.
I think no one cared about it. I think everyone thought that was the issue. And when it was all said and done at the end of the day, I'm not saying I don't care about abortion. But what I'm saying is when Kamala made that one of her huge talking points, when Michelle campaigned for her, that was a huge talking point. And then in my mind, I'm all like, well, what happened to these people? I knew that people would be upset about that. And it felt as if it didn't matter. Although it does, it felt as if it didn't matter because the conversation about manly men, as we just saw that young man say on the panel, what is his name again?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I love Carrie Champion. You know what I'm saying? Salute to her, man. She's doing her thing and that whatever, man. But I'm gonna tell you something. These individuals on CNN and MSNBC and all these different media outlets, they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? They're still trying to figure out why Kamala Harris lost. You know what I'm saying? The problem with the Democratic Party is when you have to be a party that's focused on one thing. I'm gonna tell you what the Republicans were lucky that Trump came. Because of the if Trump didn't come and take over the Republican Party, man, they wouldn't have a chance in the world. Donald Trump took the Republican Party and said, you know what? I'm going to put the Republican Party on my back, and I'm going to make America great again. And the Republicans had to go along with it. The problem is the Democrats don't have that individual who can galvanize the troops. That's the problem. And until the Democrats find that person, they're going to keep on losing. I mean, there are a few people that could probably fit the mold, but the chances of them even running for big time office is real slim. And most of the leaders of the Democratic Party are either older guys like Chuck Schumer and guys like that, or Nancy Pelosi and Elizabeth Warren. These people are old. And then a lot of the younger people that are running the Democratic Party are women. So Democrats got to do their research. Here's your boy Jay here with another video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. On my road to the first 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do the Democrats have a problem with getting that male vote, or getting that male, just getting that male leadership? They don't have leadership. Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, folks, I'm out.